Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. So this is kind of a Tag Tuesday. I mean, it's not necessarily something I've been tagged in, but this is a tag review for a number of the challenges from this year and where I'm at on those challenges. And yeah, so like couple things I'm doing pretty good in, and then a couple of the others not so good. So we're gonna kind of take a look at those. I'm gonna have links to the original videos. I'll have them up in cards that show up at the top right, but if you missed those, I'll have them down in the description. And yeah, so couple things before we get started. I went ahead and calculated how many pages I've colored for the year, and for the first half of the year I colored 147 pages, which I'm rather surprised at, but in a good way. So I'm averaging low to mid 20s per month, which with the number of color by numbers I do, that's not surprising. So I just thought that was interesting. I wish I had kept up with a few more numbers, like how many books per month did I color that that were previously uncolored, and how many were not alcohol marker pages and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really feel like trying to go back and figure that out. I don't have the energy to do it, so I guess we'll save those types of little tidbits of information for next year. And I'll just start out actually doing what I should have been doing. So I made a few notes in my planner in this page I'm not really using. So far I have 4 different challenges that I'm working on that are technically like tag challenges, and then of course I've got completing my whips as kind of an ongoing personal challenge. I put the date of where each of these started, so basically I'm just going to give myself a year for all of these to try to complete them. So instead of beating myself up because I only have 6 months, if I'm waiting till the end of 2021 for Sunken Treasures, I'm going to give myself to June of next year. So those dates are important. And then for my 40 for 40 goals, this is another set of numbers I find interesting personally. So far, my first 6 months, I'm sitting at 23 out of 40. So I'm a little bit ahead, which is good. I want to bank some there because you just never know when I'm going to have a really rough month, the way my life goes. So feeling pretty good about that. And then I'm just keeping up with my total task points for the year, even though I just started them in April, because again, that number shows me like I've been accomplishing a lot. So there's kind of just an overview of things like nerdy number stuff. And so let's get to the actual challenges. So this first one is the big one, and the card should show up above in a minute, but it is the 10 books to finish in 2021. My original video on this was back on December 26th, but we're going to just say January 1st and just give ourselves a year. A few extra days ain't going to hurt nothing. If you want to see all the books in their glory and me talking about them and where I was when I started, feel free to go back and look at that video. What I'm going to do here is just give a quick rundown of where I'm at for each of those books. Now, I am gonna break the rules a little. We are at the halfway mark. I made a decision. If the coloring book police come after me, then so be it. But I decided to make a middle of the year book swap because this was one of my original ones, and I had finished all of the color by number parts in here, which with the double-sided pages and everything probably is around 20 something pages total. I had done all the color by number. Hang on. Sorry about that. Y'all were all like, ooh, music. My phone was ringing. I'm waiting on a call back from my doctor's nurse. So that was the reason I had to pause to check. But anyway, so what I had left in here, the way these Mindware books work is you get a color by number version that has the colors, and then you get a plain version that doesn't have any colors. And my plan was to go through and color all the ones that were uncolored or did not have colors associated with them. We are 6 months in. I have no desire to do this. I haven't completed a single one of these pages. The whole idea is just, it was a good idea at the time, but then I was just like, bleh, I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap it out. And what I told myself was I had to swap it out with a similar book, which I'm doing. It's also a Mindware book. I'm swapping it out with the Fairy Tales book. And I have not completed a single page in here. I am going to do the color by number versions in here instead of the blank ones, so like these. They also have double page pull out ones like this. And I'm going to extra punish myself for doing this. Punish myself. My therapist would have a fit if I called it that, but you know, it's kind of what I'm doing. But that's what I call it. I am penalizing. I'm penalizing myself by starting off with a book I haven't colored it all in. All in all, I think I calculated it up. It's like 16 pages total if you count the double pages. So that is my swap out, and this is actually going to be considered a completed book. This will be the second one I've ever completed, and then I will get to the third one later. So that's pretty cool. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the uncolored versions. I don't know. Anybody has any ideas, please let me know. Anyway, hadn't started on it at all, so we're going to dig into that one this month. Now, we're going in order by like how many pages left I have here. Space coloring book. My goal is to finish this in July. I only have 8 pages left in here, so I'm pretty excited about that. 8 out of 20. I feel like that is perfectly doable the way these pages are set up. It is a color by number book. Now this, I just ripped the book apart. This is the Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays book. Here is the cover. The Coloring Diva is also doing a year-long tag, Whimsy Girls 2021, with the hashtag in the front. And she has, basically, you just color the certain pictures she picks per month through the year, and then as long as you don't work ahead, you're fine. I mean, if you get behind, you get behind, which has happened. I have only done 10 out of 25 of these, and I don't think I showed you guys one of these for my completed pages. Oh my word. That is funny. Okay. Well, that was one of my completed pages for June. So I actually was at 32. So I'm actually at 148. So yay for that. I guess if you're coming here from there, once this video goes live, this was marker with pencil overlay. I used the Brett Furners, and I did it for Pride Month. So anyway, I have skipped over quite a few. Actually, yeah, I haven't done any past this. This was supposed to be May Day, and we've got like Mother's Day, there's a wedding in here, there's graduation, there's 1, 2, wedding is 3. Then we've got our 4th of July gal, which I hope to do this weekend. So I'm about 3 pages behind. One of the hopes I have for July is to get caught up if I can, because I'm going to be perpetually behind the rest of the year if I don't get with it. And so far, I'm super proud of this one, by the way, because I've been using, and I'm going to show you a few of these, I've been using a lot of different mediums, just been challenging myself to try some different things and to do different things. Like if it's this one over here was May Day, and instead I used it for Pride Month, and just sometimes doing things a little differently than what was expected for the holidays. So This one I'm proud of. This one has turned into me challenging myself type of books. So if I don't finish it, you know, it's a bummer, but I'm still proud of what I've done so far. This one probably looks no way familiar to anybody because I haven't done anything with this one yet. I have 10 pages plus one or two little pieces I missed on a couple pages left. I'm waiting to get in the mood for this one closer to Halloween. So probably you'll start seeing this one pop up in August and September. I don't see any problem finishing this one. This is by Sun Life Drawing. It is Little Witches, the large print version. So, Baby Dragons, Jade Summer. I have kind of turned this into a project book with my friend Tammy, and we're kind of completing the pictures together. We have 12 left out of the 25. I had a fair number I had started before we started doing this. This has also been kind of a project book where I've tried some different things with it, and that's been fun. So I love this book. This has got to be probably my favorite Jade Summer book ever. And that's saying a lot. And it's not a cat book. I know. That's shocking. Anyway, we're making good progress. The next one is the little Eggman that we're going to work on. So, if we're only doing one or two a month, I don't know if I'll get this done, but I'll be close. I'll be close. Mystery Colors Jungle Animals. I have 16 of 31 left, so roughly half of them. I'm halfway through the year. Pretty good. This one's been plugging along. If you don't want to be spoiled, then look away. Well, not there, because I've got that one covered. So I've just been working front to back on this one. Just markers. I like it very much. A lot of the same colors, not a lot of variety of colors. So if you get really bored, it's the reason I'm only doing a couple a month. It just gets a little old if I do more. Yet another book you haven't really seen this year much. Costume Cats, not cosplay cats, but Costume Cats by Jade Summer is also one of my favorite books of theirs. I do have 16 of 25 left in here. I've not touched it. This one I probably won't get as exotic. These are more simplistic pictures. I don't know how else to put them. These will probably be mostly marker. I might throw in some pencil here and there, like on this one. This is my favorite one out of the book. Actually, eventually I will probably cut this out and frame it. I just love it. That's a good marker and pencil picture for me. But I have quite a few still to do. Just haven't got to it yet. So need to do that. I have 18 of 46 left in this one. This one's a big one, even though it's color by number. And I think it's doable. It's going to be close. What is that? If I do 3 a month, I will get it. So it's doable. It's doable, but it's going to be whether I can stand to do that much. Stone Mosaic Book 2, I still have 19 of 25 in here. These are super easy. I really enjoy grabbing these like right off the bat. So honestly, I can see myself getting done with this in August if I really challenge myself. So, hi Reap Cheap, come on up, get in my way, step on my mouse. Don't feel bad for him. He does this every day and he gets pets every day and attention. So, but yeah, so we're going to start on this one. I've stopped on this one until now because I do have one done, which is the Stone Mosaic Book 1. And again, if you don't want to be spoiled, just marker. But I really enjoyed this. I finished this June 18th. So Space Coloring Book next, then Stone Mosaic. And then I'm not really sure. A lot of them, if I keep plugging away at them, like the Little Witches, maybe October. Not really sure about the rest of them. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm probably not going to get all 10 books done, let's be real, with all the other stuff I want to color. But, you know, if I get like half of them, I think that's pretty darn good because up till this year, I've only had 2 books finished. ever in 2.5 years. So if I could get like half of these done, that would be pretty substantial. So I'm going to keep working like I can get them done though. So, all right, next up, I don't really have a video for these, but I do have a small stack of whips that I'm working through that have just been whips since the beginning of time. I have 2, 4, 6 left after these two. I would like to get these two this month. These are both watercolor set up for watercolor. So this would be perfect for watercolor summer. One is Forest Animals by Jade Summer. I haven't really colored this page, but I did prep it with like clear gesso or whatever. So I consider it a whip because I had it prepped. I just haven't done anything with it yet. So it's ready for watercolor. And then, ooh, that FedEx truck was booking. Summer by Jade Summer, which is appropriate for this time of year. I have this whip. Again, it was also prepped with satin glazing liquid or gesso. I've been using, I think, watercolor pencils so far. So I just need to finish this one up. Peep! Hello, peepers! So, don't rub against that, please. You knock that over, boy, we gonna have a bad day. Alright, so the next card thing I'm going to talk about is the 10 Untouched coloring books, which... Alright, Michelle, where'd the planner go? I did the video on in January. And again, the link to all the books is in the description as well as in that card that you saw. I haven't touched any of these. They still remain untouched, but we're going to try. We're going to try this month. Why not shoot for the moon, right? Peter Pan. I already know which picture in here for sure, because I have a color. I said this in my coloring plans. It would be this one. Using watercolor type mediums. I already have a color scheme in mind and everything, so just gotta pump myself up to actually do it. And if it bleeds through, it bleeds through. I don't care. I want to do it, and I want to do it the way I want to do it, you know. The other one is Fantastic Cats by Ruth Sanderson. I am thinking, yes, I hear you, peepers. We are getting there. I'm going to do the Cheshire Cat because it's just cool. I like it. Plus, I could do this with markers with a little bit of pencil. I don't know if I'll use watercolor in this one. So there's that one. The next one I had was the Scavenger Hunt Round 3. I have not done rounds 1 and 2 yet. Those will probably be in the fall, just so I can spread all these out a little. And there's also this was the Extreme Edition, that's it. There's also a Summer Edition, which I probably will do in July or August. I'm trying to spread these out for obvious reasons. So Scavenger Hunt Round 3, which I think was the Extreme Edition, I did April 13th. You'll see the link. Haven't done anything in these yet at all. So we're going to look at 2 this month. One is there's a banana prompt in there. This one should be relatively easy to knock out. The other one was an egg, which I picked out of 50 Springtime Mandalas. And we got this one. So, that'll give me 2 out of there. And finally, you're like, wow, Michelle, this is a lot of coloring. I know. Sunken Treasures, which I picked those books on June 22nd. So that's my newest one. And probably the reason I have 3 is because it's freshest on my mind. Plus it's summer and I'm just in that kind of oceany, I love pirates anyway, oceany piratey mood. But I have 3 this month I'd like to try. Sea Life Color by Number by George Tufexis has a really good coral picture in here I'm going to use, which again did not flag for this video either because I have issues and everything's just slipping and sliding. It's everywhere. This is my life right now. Um, it's not an octopus, it's not a squid, it's jellyfish. Circle of life. I already know exactly what I'm going to do with this page, and I'm going to follow a color along that Chrissy Color and Sketch did, which I've mentioned a few times, but we're going to do it this month. It's using ink tints, so it'll be perfect for watercolor summer. And finally, I'm going to do my treasure chest one out of A Million Mermaids. This one should be relatively easy to knock out if I use like watercolor pencils and regular pencils and stuff. Yes, Peep. I don't know if you can hear him, but he is chatting at me. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm nowhere near where I should be on pretty much any other prompt except for 10 books to finish. And you know, I gotta say, at the beginning of the year when I picked all those books, I thought there's just no way, no how I'm gonna even get close. And I've stuck with it. I'm actually quite proud of myself. And now's the time to diversify a bit, and if it's at the sacrifice of time for these, I'm kind of okay with that now. Now that I've got a plan for at least 2, 3, 4. I feel really confident about like 4 or 5 of them. Like half of them done, I feel pretty good about. And just being able to get to a good place with the rest of them, I'm really okay with. So now I feel like I can kind of diversify into some of these other challenges. So yeah, definitely further along coloring wise than I expected to be. I feel like I've been more creative. I've been able to stretch myself and challenge myself. Well, not physically. Physically is a whole nother issue. But just creative wise, I feel like I've been able to. When I first started out, I felt like I was a little more creative, and then as time went on, and like last year being so rough, and then the second half of the year before being so rough, I kind of retreated just into just basic straight coloring, and there's nothing wrong with that. You see, I do a variety of that, but I've always been a little sad because I have not had the time and energy because of being sick, because of everything else going on, to really get to be creative. And so I get all these, I've been starting to get all these ideas and doing different things in these books. And I'm happier not getting everything done, but being able, what I do get done, actually to be a little creative in some of it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So anyway, just thought this would be interesting. Where are you at on your goals for the year? Let's take a breath and you know, I'm not going to beat myself up about the fact. I mean, granted, the other ones I still have more than 6 months on all the others. But I'm not really beating myself up on the fact I haven't started any of them yet. There's just been so much I've wanted to color. And I've managed to color more than just my basic go-tos. And so don't beat yourself up if you're not quite where you wanted to be at this time, because heaven knows I'm not, especially physically. Just trying real hard not to get dragged down into that, as they call it, stinking thinking. Just, you know, maybe take some time to think about where you're at for the year, and even if it's just coloring and just being like, hey, you know, everything else might be going on wrong in my life, but I've colored 148 pages so far this year or something, or I've managed to finish a book, or, you know, I'm really close to finishing a book or something. Like, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, the ever persistent pessimist, but, you know, I'm sure there's something good out there in the universe that, you know, you can say, well, at least I'm here. I've had a lot of physical illness issues this year, y'all, but I look at the not just the goals I've accomplished, but I look at this. And yes, March was tough and February was tough, but look what all I did in the other months. And just thinking about this compared to like this time last year. And is it what I guess a normal person could accomplish? Not really, but for me it is pretty impressive. So, um yeah, look at me. Positive moment for me. Who knew, right? Anyway, thought y'all might find this interesting. Figured it was appropriate for Tag Tuesday because it is all about tags. Anyway, I will be back either Thursday or Friday with my next flip through collection series. We'll do a color and chat over the weekend. Have no idea what it's going to be yet. I'm really pre-recording this ahead of time, so who knows what I'll feel like doing next week. And then I don't know what we're going to do after that, so we shall see. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a good start to the week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. You can see me actually clicking it off. Goodbye.